Welcome you all once again in this EVS class. So students, on the last turn we were discussing about the global issues related to the environment, and about the different problems. So what are these global issues? We have listed different global issues, global problems that we are facing on the global level. So these are few among these: global warming, ozone depletion, acid rain, marine pollutions and biodiversity. So there are the different problems that we are facing, and with the help of the I was able to list them on in the like on the Jamboard. Also we have written different kind of problems. So are you able to see this? Means change in climate due to global warming, it has impact on food resources, as the Harendra told me that we have discussed, told us that there is due to the change in the climate we are facing the problem of the food resources. Means it has a great impact on the crop productions. Okay, because due to the change in the rainfall pattern and so that is responsible for the changes in the it has great impact on the food resources also. So overconsumption of essential resources, that is the next issue that we have discussed about this overconsumption of essential resources, because we are consuming the resources. Now who is here? We are consuming the resources, current resources at the rate, means it might not be available in the future also. So overconsumption of the resources is also responsible for that. So and it is affecting our present environment also, means our future generation will face the problem like overconsumption of the non-renewable resources, that is petroleum and other resources. So our future generation is surely going to face the global problem of this, related to this. So overconsumption of essential resources is also contributing to our current problems. So in some of the areas of the world we are using more number of resources, while in some other areas we only have the less amount. Means some of the population of the earth is facing the scarcity of those resources, while the part of the population is using more number of resources. So why this variation? So variation is the main issue. So why this is happening? Because means we are consuming, some of the population is consuming more number of resources. So we need to balance this, and there should be the homogeneous distribution so that we can solve this issue. So these are the different problems. Now we are discussing here to solve these issues. We are working so that we can develop a better solution to solve this problem. So these two issues that have been raised by Harendra in the last class. What is the next problem? Biodiversity, deforestation. This is also a major problem of current time, because to develop the industries, to develop the more industries, we are doing the deforestation. So here it is also listed. On the name of the development, we are doing the urbanization, industrial growth, telecommunication. So these are the activities that have been started from the developed countries, but now it has become the problem of the developed countries. So in the developed country, because we have the large population, and due to the increase in the population, we are unable to feed this large uncontrolled population. So to serve this population, we are doing urbanization, development activities, more development activities, industrial growth, and in all the sectors. So now this has become the great problem of the developing countries, although it have been started from the western countries and developed countries. But now it has become the problem of the developing countries. We need more house, we need more urbanization, industrial growth in the developing countries to serve the need of the uncontrolled populations. So in the developed countries, because they have control on their population, so this is not the big problem for them. So they are dealing with their issues, environmental issues, and they are more aware than the population of developing countries. So now you can see means how this is affecting us. So these are different issues that we have discussed. So biodiversity is also getting affected by the deforestation activity. So there is the loss of the biodiversity. If there will be no forest, so there will be no different kind of animals. We cannot expect to see the lion in the forest. If there is no forest, so there we can't expect to see the fox and lion in the plain ground. In the grassland, hardly we will find the lion, fox and other different kind of animal. So that we easily get in the forest. In the forest we have all the kind of creature. The forest has all the kind of different diverse plants and different varieties of insects and different varieties of plants. But we are doing the deforestation for the development activities. So this is how this is affected. The loss of biodiversity means deforestation leads to the loss of biodiversity. So that is also the global issue. Means loss of biodiversity, that is a global issue. So deforestation we are doing wherever we need. Means that may not be at the global level, but wherever we need the industry, we are doing the deforestation. Wherever we need the urbanization, we are doing the deforestation on the name of the development activities. Okay, so this means when the wasted reduce. Okay, so the rich countries have started this problem, but we have to think that is not suitable for us. Means we have how many resources we have a lot of resources, but what is our problem? The developing countries that is facing the problem because of uncontrolled population. We need to understand that problem. We need to identify the cause. What is the cause behind that? In that way we can develop the best solution. The one solution is we should keep control on the population. So now you can see means now are you able to see means how this affect? What is the fundamental cause? Increase in the population. डेवलपमेंट टू होम मीन्स किसके लिए हम कर रहे हैं डेवलपमेंट फॉर द लार्ज पॉपुलेशन अनकंट्रोल्ड पॉपुलेशन. सो दैट इज अवर बिग प्रॉब्लम. वी नीड टू वर्क ऑन दैट. इफ वी कीप कंट्रोल ऑन अवर पॉपुलेशन वी कैन इजीली सॉल्व दिस इशू. If we can minimize the requirement we can minimize, then there can be then we will do the less developmental activities. Why we should call this I don't know. We should call this the development activities or the environment disturbing activities. Okay, so these all activities interfere in the good environment of means all the population, that we have the good environment around, means we have the good environment in our surrounding that is getting affected by the developmental activities. So these are the different activities. So explosive increase in pollution, this is also a big problem. Okay, so it's a big problem. So world census reflect that 1 in every 7 person in this planet lives in the India. So 60% of the world population and only 2.4% of its land area. So there is a heavy pressure on the natural resources including land. So experts says there is a deficiency of the nutrients in the soil. So micronutrients are needed to soil. That is affecting and damaging the soil structure, which is needed to grow our food resources, for forest resources, for everything. So our natural resources, the growth of the natural resources is getting affected by explosive increase in pollution. And who is creating pollution? The large population. Everybody needs vehicle. So we are destroying our environment, good environment. So we need to think. These are the now you are able to understand what is the fundamental cause: increase in the population, then explosive increase in the pollution. Okay, so why the pollution has been increasing? That is due to those global issues that we are facing, because we are not because we are not able to solve this problem. So that's why we are getting problem on that level. These are the different problem. If we develop the solution to solve this problem, then we will be able to solve. The first thing is we should minimize our requirement. A requirement can only minimize if we keep control on our population. So due to these problems, the pollution has been, there is an explosive increase in the pollution. So here we have discussed about the water pollution, also marine pollution. So that is told by Ayushi. Ayushi told us that we are getting the marine pollution, means different kind of water pollution, because after air, water is the next essential element for us. Because in the class of elements, essential elements of environment, we have studied the essential element like water, air, okay, so and land. These are the important components of environment, and that is our basic need. And if we don't fulfill that, we are going to die. We cannot survive without this. Okay, so water pollution is one of them, because water we need to perform all the activities, that is the essential requirement. And there is a problem of the pollution in the water also, because in the river, in the seas, we are industrial, development activities interfere in that. What happens because the different industry used to pour their harmful chemicals in the river or seas. Industrial effluent, all the industrial effluents have been poured in, and they used to pour, the old industry used to pour their industrial effluents, harmful chemical in the river and seas. So aquatic population that is living inside seas and river, that is, they are getting died, the fishes are dying due to this heavy water pollution, oil pollution in the river and seas, because those are the harmful chemicals, and fishes are consuming, and that way the human is also consuming that. So that is also the big problem. In that way, water pollution is a big problem of the human population also, because human is getting disease, that are getting affected by, because they are dependent. Most of the Indian population, they feed on the non-vegetarian food, so that aquatic food like fishes and other kind of food that we are getting from the water. So in that way we are all getting affected by that. So then we need to think what we want. We want the bad bodies and bad health, poor health, or we want good health. We need to think. A pandemic disease we are facing, that is also due to our like we are dependent on the non-vegetarian food and different kind of food. We look for the alternative resources. If we don't get the sufficient food from the like water and normal food, then we opt for the another type of non-vegetarian food. So that may lead to these type of problem. So, loss in the soil productivity, that is also the soil pollution is also the main problem. So we have there is a heavy pressure on the earth. Okay, so loss in the soil productivity, that is told by Saloni Mishra. So she has discussed about the how the soil pollution is destroying our soil. This also has a great impact on food resources also. So these are related to each other. Urbanization, industrial growth. So urbanization and industrial growth, that this we are doing on the name of development activities. Okay, these are. So this is related to develop. So we need to keep control. So what we can do now? What is now we will talk about the solution. What we can now? Okay. What is the solution? We have large population. So first thing is that we should work on that. Means we can keep control on our population. But when we will develop the awareness, there should be awareness to the environment. We should know this is the importance of the, that's why we are studying this subject. Why this subject is taught in the different graduate program, and this is the compulsory subject. Why it has become compulsory? Because we need to study the environment. We need to understand what is the importance. Then only the people will be aware and they will act to protect their environment. But if they are not aware, we cannot save our environment. So we should know, we should study the importance of our environment to save the environment. So before creating, we can spread the awareness if we are educated person, we can spread the awareness for the environment. But why means but our habit is that we have become habitual of not doing anything until or unless we face the hazardous effect of the problems. But before the problems arise, we can work on that. Still we are facing at the current time we are facing the problem. In the future it will be more. There will be more problem we will be facing on the global level. So we need to think what we want in our life. I have told you to write down the assignment, means that what is the importance. Introduce yourself and your surrounding, that you need to see what do you want in your life, what is your dream role, in which kind of environment do you like to stay. Do you want to live in the bad environment or do you want to live in the good environment? So I told you to define your environment or surrounding. Just in your introductory class, also in your activity class, I told you to define your introduction. You have to introduce yourself, what is your objective and what do you want to see in your environment, and what is a good environment according to you. Just define the environment according to you. If you don't want to look for the solution of problems of anybody else, but at least you can work for you. So define yourself, what do you want from your surrounding, and means how do you want to see your surrounding, means in which form, what type of environment you need, what type of surrounding you need to feel good, means what is the best for you, means which kind of environment do you want. Of course everybody want to see everybody want to see the flowers, everybody like to see the forest, everybody like to see the different kind of animals, different kinds of butterflies. So everybody want this. Then what is the problem is what type of environment you need to think. You want flowers to see, you want to see the rivers are flowing, or okay, and birds are flying. If you want to see the birds are flying in the sky, means do you like this? How many of you like this? The birds are flying in the sky, the river is flowing, okay, and there is a free flowing water. We are getting the crystal clean water. So which thing you want? How do you want to see? Means because that we want forest or we want desert, okay. जहाँ सूखा पड़ा है हमें वो चाहिए या हमें फॉरेस्ट चाहिए, ग्रीनरी चाहिए. वी नीड टू थिंक व्हाट वी नीड इन आवर लाइफ, ओके. So we need to work on that. First we should analyze what is our environment, then only we can look on the solution. We can look for the solution, what can be the best solution for that. So first just define yourself, what do you want in your life and what do you want to see in your surrounding, okay. Do you want to see the cluttered river in which you can swim? How can you swim in the cluttered river, okay, that will be full of polythene, full of pollution. Can you swim in that kind of river? Of course not. So that you need to think. You want to swim in the free flowing river, that has the crystal clean water or the cluttered or dirty water. So you have to think, what do you want in your life? Do you want to eat the food that is that contain the chemical? Nowadays the fishes consume the harmful chemicals from the water, so they used to die from that, or not everybody dies. There is some population of the fishes that is surviving, and we are also surviving. We are consuming the harmful chemicals, okay, but it has become the part of the body of the, like fishes, they are consuming the chemical, that harmful chemical goes into the human body, because human dependent on the non-vegetarian food. So we are getting these different kind of disorders. If somehow the aquatic population of the river or seas will be able to survive in that harsh environment, because there is a means evolution, and during the means they have developed the resistance to that also. Some of the fishes used to die, but there is some of the population, aquatic population, that can survive. So we are consuming that. So in that way we are getting the polluted things, but we are not. We are not. We have not developed. We are not adapted to that kind of pollution. So it's because of that the human is getting the different kind of disorder or disease. Okay, that becomes incurable because we are not adapted. Our body means is natural. We have the natural requirement. Our basic requirement is natural. So we should. What is our basic nature? We should lie close to the nature. We should not move. We cannot deny the need of the nature. We are dependent for everything on the nature. So we should think how many things we are taking from the nature. We should return it to the nature. So what is the alternative solution? It is essential, especially for developing countries, to find alternative path. Okay. So because now it is clear, we want the rivers, we want water. So it's up to you. If you are selfish also, then you need to think what do you want in your life, because you cannot separate your air. Which you are inhaling, the same. Your classmates are also inhaling the same air. Means it is not possible that you are sitting in the same class and you are inhaling the different kind of air. We all have the same kind of atmosphere, so we are inhaling the same kind of air and we are taking the same kind of water. Okay, so that is means we are affecting in the groups by our surrounding. So define your surrounding, in which surrounding you are living. So that surrounding has great impact on you. So that we have already discussed how the different environment is responsible for different variety of plants and animals. So it has impact, great impact on the long time of period. So true goal of development with an environment sound and sustainable. What is the sustainable development? We should consume the resources. We should consume the resources to the rate so that our future generation can also get these resources. Okay, our future environment should not be devoid of these things. So we should consume the resources. So that is called sustainable development. If we use the resources, means we should not over consume the resources. We should use the resources, like we have limited number of non-renewable resources. So we should use those resources so that our future generation can also use those resources. So by doing this, we will also control our pollution, the heavy increase in the pollution. So pollution will be controlled because we are using the more petrol than we require. A single person is sitting in the car. So we have the solution. We need to work on that. The only thing is you have to identify the human intervention activities, human activities that is causing problem for the environment. So if we cannot grow a whole forest, if you cannot plant a tree, at least you should immediately stop the activities that is destroying our environment. That is the solution, first solution. The goal common to all the citizens of our planet. So as in the class of the UNESCO, means what is the objective of UNESCO? There is a common goal for all the citizens, because we need our environment is common, natural environment is common. Although we have developed the artificial environment around in our surrounding, but our natural need is common for all the citizens, for our planet. So that our planet Earth is one country, we should think like that. Goal should be common. So that is what the UNESCO is doing. A goal distinct from the developing world in the manner. It is from the over-consuming wasteful societies of developed world. So, this relative means that this has been started from the developed world and this problem have been arising from the developed world. But thing is that the developed countries have control on their population. Okay. So, developing countries should work on their population, uncontrolled population. Okay, so we should not think what they are doing. We cannot copy their lifestyle. because our environment is different, our need is different. We have different kind of atmosphere, they have different kind of, and the first thing is this: they are managing their countries because they have control on their population. Or you can say there is a lack of the education and awareness for that. So we should spread, we can work to spread the awareness. Two goals of the development with an environmentally sound and sustainable development. What is this? Means what is this? Should So what is the development? Means we should think that what is the development? Industrial growth is the development, or urbanization is the development, or it should be environmentally sound or sustainable development. Means we should only do the urban, which is minimally required. Minimal requirement means we should keep control on our requirement. That is only possible by the controlling our population. So what is the true development? We need to think now what we are doing on the name of development. Deforestation is the development, industrial growth is the development, or the forestation is the development. We need to think. Means we are doing development while we are doing destroying the forest. Deforestation is not the development activities. We should not count deforestation in development activity. We should immediately stop that. I mean, it is sustainable or not. Means if we keep doing that deforestation, that is sustainable. Can you keep doing that activity, deforestation? Then where will you survive? We are totally dependent on them. Plants give you the air. Okay, that is one example. The goal common to all citizens of our goal is okay. So there is a difference. We need to set the common goal. That what UNESCO is doing. We have discussed in the class what are the common goal of the UNESCO set by the UNESCO. Okay, we should spread awareness. Mishra has recognized 4 basic requirements of environmental management as under impact. This is the one environmentalist who recognized. So what are these? Impact. UNESCO goal is a UNESCO objective. Means that are main objective. And UNESCO consider the whole earth as a one country. The UNESCO objective, in the objective of the UNESCO, we have discussed everything about that. What are the different goals of the UNESCO? Okay, and the impact of the human activities on environment. Okay, we should be aware what are the impact. We should count. We should make a list of the activities. Okay, and that I have given you in the assignment. Value system. You should define your values. Human values. What is your human values? You should behave according to that. Then you need to set the human value. Plan and design for sustainable development. So you can you can define your role. What dream role you are going to play in your surrounding. Obviously you are living in your surrounding. So you need to find a solution for your surrounding. So you have to define your dream role also. In the assignment I have included these things. So environment education. We need to spread the awareness for the environment. Okay, so these things we have also discussed in the class of that means what are the objectives of UNESCO and what are the objectives of studying this subject. So keeping in the view goal of planning for environmental sustainable development, we should plan for the sustainable development. Means whatever we are designing, whatever solution we are making, it should be environmentally sustainable, it should be environmentally safe. Whatever engineering methods we are developing for the industries also, that should be environmentally safe. India contributed to the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. Okay. UNCED, also referred to as the Earth Summit, held at Rio de Janeiro, the capital of Brazil, 3rd 14 June 1992. So in this conference, it has been decided. The goal of the planning for environmentally sustainable development has been decided. So this kind of an effort should be done, but we should spread awareness for these kind of activities. Okay. So this is all about the uh, importance and scope and what we can do to save our environment. So we need to think now, what do we want in our life? We want to see the birds are flying, the rivers are flowing, we want the butterfly to see around you. What do you want? Do you want to see the flowers, the garden of the flowers, or what do you want in your life? Okay, then only we can identify the cause, and then only we can work on the problems. Whatever the problems are coming, okay, problems are coming, that means that is destroying our good environment, feel good environment. We all want to feel good in the environment, so you need to decide what type of activities we are doing that is destroying our environment. Okay, now the class is over. Do you have any question? Then you can ask. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Okay.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, ask anything if you have any question or any queries, because on the last turn I have discussed about different problems. So anybody wants to discuss, they can. Told means you have 2 minutes. Change in air quality due to pollution, Saloni Mishra has told. Water pollution, Ayushi Yadav. So now this any suggestion is invited here. If you, do you have any suggestion, we can discuss. You have 2 minutes. Anybody? Ankur Nigam, Saloni Mishra, Abhishek Chandra. If you have any solution, you can suggest. These are the different things, global issues that we have discussed. Okay. Now type your attendance in the chat box. Okay, do you have any suggestion? Then you can discuss. You have 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. Anybody? Anybody from the class? Ankur Nigam, Ayushi Yadav, Saloni Mishra. Type your attendance in the chat box. Or do you have any suggestion? Just you can discuss. Okay. Within a few within the few lines you can tell about your suggestion. Nobody is from the class. Okay, nobody is speaking today. Okay, then you can suggest a solution in the activity class also on Friday. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will wait for your suggestions. So write down your attendance in the chat box. Then you can leave the class. It is exactly okay. But if you have any suggestion, you can tell me. Because this is your lunch break, I think. Right? There is no class after this. Okay, then be prepared for the activity class also. Actually, be present in the activity class. The few students do not join the activity class. This is very bad thing. You should join the class. Okay. You should present. You have to introduce yourself in the activity class on the Friday. So you should come up with a solution. Means you should define your surrounding. You should also talk about some solutions. Okay. Type your attendance in the chat box, then you can leave the class.